Hello guys, welcome to another video here in JS Education. My name is Carlos Santana and this is the video number 37 for the course Developing a Headless CMS with TypeScript and GraphQL. So let's start. So the first thing we need to do, as always, is to update our packages using ncu-u. And remember that you should use the versions you are seeing on my terminal to avoid any problem. After that, you install them. So the first thing you need to do on the backend is going to source GraphQL, resolvers, and then value. And after the delete values resolver, we need to include this one that is called publish or unpublished entries, and this one basically is going to receive the same array of entries that we are receiving on the last delete values resolver entries, but also we are receiving an action. So this action can be published or unpublished. Basically, we are using the same technique where we are saving our values promises, and then here I'm assigning to new entries, my entries. But if the action is unpublished, then I need to filter just the entries that has the status published. And then basically here I'm going to loop for each entry, and we need to create a new promise for each one, updating the value. So first we need to update the value depending on the action. Like if the action is published, then we will pass the value published, otherwise draft, where the entry ID is equals to this one, and then the value also depending on the action. If it's published, is gonna look for draft. If not, it's gonna look for published. And then we resolve each promise with the entry ID. We push our promises to our main array, and then basically we resolve the promises with Promise.all, and we return those values. And here is gonna be published or unpublished values. A little bit long names, but it's just to be clear. Okay, so the next thing is on types value.graphql. We are going to rename the delete entries for entry IDs, since this is just returning an entry ID. Basically, you need to update the delete values and adding the new mutation. These delete values is going to receive an entries values, but it's going to return an entry IDs, this one. And the publish or unpublished entries is going to receive the entries, the action, and it's going to return also an array of entry IDs. Okay, so after you do that, that's everything we need to do on the backend. Now, if you go to the front end, you need to go to content, and then content styled. That's styled. And if you remember from the last video, when I migrate to style components, I show you that I had a problem with some specific styles that the first time sometimes had like a weird behavior. I found a solution, I mean not the best one, but at least works, and is that I need to remove these styles from content style, and then going to the index of the content, and those specific styles, the margin and the width, I need to pass them directly as a style properties on my style content component. Something like this. And then width 98%, just like that. Okay, and then we need to go to the content sidebar, which is right here. And now we can go back to the link component instead of the A tag. So we just replace the A tag for link. Now you need to go to create or edit entry index. And we are going to increase the time for the alert to 5 seconds. Well, actually, I'm going to change the alert for now just a label that I'm going to display below the buttons. So you will see that later. Now let's go to system fields styled. And then in here, you need to add a padding right of 20 pixels. Also, there are some Sass variables that I missed from the migration to style components, so we just need to fix them like this. And also the alert styles that I have here, you need to remove this block here because we are not going to show anymore the alert like we did before. Instead of that, I'm going to create a new class alert right after row class. So it's gonna be this one. By default, it's gonna be hidden, and then it's going to have 3 classes. The show is just to show the alert, and saved is going to have the blue color, Pacific blue, and the publish is going to have the green color. And that's it. There are more variables that we need to fix here. For example, this one, and also this gray color. Oops. Like that. Okay, after that you need to go to system fields index, and we need to remove first our alert, the alert that we had before. And then you need to add, after the buttons, right here, we are going to add a p tag with the alert, show alert, depending on this condition. And if the alert is published, then we add the class publish, otherwise saved. And the message is the alert, published or saved, and then we just concatenate successfully, saved successfully or published successfully. Now let's go back again to the index of the content. And in here, you need to import the modal publish or unpublished entries model that we will create later. And then the state is modal open is going to change for is delete modal open. And we need to add another one for is publish or unpublished modal open. Also, we need a state for the action, and the method handle delete entries model, we are going to change this name to reuse it for the three actions. So now it's gonna be named as handle entries model. We are still passing the entries to delete and the modal type, or we can call this as modal action. And basically we can say if modal action is equals to delete, then we open the delete modal, and we can simplify this condition by just doing else here. And if it's not delete, that means can be published and unpublished. So we open that model, and then we set our model action here. Okay, and then basically on the delete entries model, now our open is gonna be is delete model open, and to close this you need to put handle entries model, an empty array, and then the action delete. And we need to add our new model called publish or unpublish entries model based on the action. So in here we save the action right here. So based on that action, if it's publish or unpublish, we're going to say publish entries or publish entry or unpublish. This is going to be the variable to open or close the model. And then to clean up, we just send the action. And then on the data, we pass the action and the entries. Here on the table, we just need to pass the three methods on delete, on publish, and on unpublish with this handle entries model. We pass the IDs and we specify the action delete, publish, or unpublish. Now let's go to models, and then we open the model styled, and we are going to add the style on the buttons, text transform capitalize. So this is gonna be for the buttons to always have the first letter on uppercase. Now let's create a new model, which is gonna be published or unpublished entries model.tsx, and then let me copy the code for that. So it's gonna be this one. So basically here we are getting the mutation publish or unpublished entries mutation. I don't put the or here because I'm going to get like a max length issue. So I just put it like publish unpublished entries mutation. We will create this later. So in here from data, we get the entries and the action. We set our mutation like this, and then on the handle submit, we pass to the variables the entries and the action, and we call our mutation. If something, we can say here, if result, if we got something back, then we redirect to the same page. Now let's go to components, models, model sidebar. And in here now we can put it back the link component, since we fixed that with the content thing that we fixed before. And we can replace our A tag for the link. Like that. And on GraphQL values, you need to create publish or unpublish entries mutation.ts, and this is the code for that mutation. And the last part is gonna be that I got a warning on next that on document we need to remove the viewport from here and put it in a different place. So we are going to remove the viewport meta tag, and we need to go to app, and in here we are going to put it so we avoid that warning. We need to import the head from next head, and then put it like this. Basically we will have the same variable we had before, like that. So that's it. Let me test the application to see if everything works as expected. Okay, so basically I'm going to the blog and then I'm going to the content of post. I just create a title model just to be quickly. So in here we have two entries, two draft entries, right? So if I select one of them, I can delete and I can publish. Remember the delete part, we already did that. We're going to show this part. The publish, we're going to see, are you sure you want to publish this entry? You can publish this one. And now if you select a publish entry, you cannot delete it because it's published. You cannot publish it. You cannot publish it because it's already published, but you can unpublish. But if you select, for example, another one, which is draft, you can only unpublish. So for example, if you try to unpublish this one, basically you are going to do that just fine. And also you can publish both at the same time if you want. And then if you select both that are published, you cannot delete one and unpublish. So that's a validation that we have just to prevent that, for example, by mistake you delete a publish entry, or that you publish something that should not be published, right? So it's not I mean, it's more secure to do it. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it. Remember that if you have any question, feel free to join our Slack community. The link is on the description. So if you like those videos, please help me to spread those videos, or share those videos with your friends, and subscribe to this new channel. So that's it. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Bye.